Hello and welcome to the Repurpose Your Purpose podcast. My name is Aurora Menegallo, and this podcast is about doing work you love. Today, I want to talk about who is a repurposer. You see, I work on two main things with my clients. I work on changing careers when you're not sure what you want to do next, and I work on growing the business. Okay, now my business, my client's business. And even though these are very different topics, my clients and the people who are part of the wider Repurpose Your Purpose community, so-called Repurposers, have a few things in common. So today I want to talk about this and see, are you a repurposer? Does this resonate with you? So the first thing is that repurposers are over the inauthentic, annoying, cookie cutter, pushy coaching and marketing advice out there and business advice out there. They're not interested in just making money just because and being better than everybody else and being in a constant rat race and competitiveness. And there is something a little bit different about the way they would like to experience their career or their business. And so what I find with repurposers is that they want a holistic approach. They want to, yes, have a thriving business, a thriving career, being excited about the money they make. But they want that to fit with their values, with their priorities in lives, with the type of relationships that work for them. They want to have an experience of enjoying their life beyond enjoying their business. And so while my focus is career and is business, you cannot quite take it apart from everything else. And there is something that is very special when you work on your career or on your business from a more holistic and connected place. Which brings me to the next thing, which is really if you are a repurposer, you care about your inner life and you also want to learn something practical. So you're very open to learning, to exploring, to doing some deeper work, but also to get out of your comfort zone and take action. And this is a unique and very, very effective combination that we get to work together from, a universal place, meaning there are things that everybody goes through, but also a highly individualized place because repurposers know that they chart their own path. You can learn from others, but ultimately you have to learn how to make your choices, how to look inside, and how to learn from your experience and know what to learn from whom when it's not your own experience, right? So really, I find that if you're a repurposer, you're drawn to both sides, the inner and the outer part of the equation of having a successful career or business or just really enjoying life as you live it. Something else that I think is really, really important to repurposers are relationships. So I want to share three different aspects on this because, everybody is a little bit different, but I would say there are three big buckets. The first one, very common to repurposers who want to change careers but are not sure what they want to do next, is diving deeper not only into self-awareness but in understanding maybe the signs they miss when they're considering a job that have to do with unhealthy work environments. And on the other side, being really open to exploring and embracing the kind of relationships that work for them, right? And here I'm talking all about just career work relationships. Many people, when going through, a difficult time, beat themselves up and might even experience regret or a lot of self-judgment and criticism because of what they've done in the past or what they missed in the past or how they were treated in the past. And I think it's really, really important to come from a place of self-compassion, understanding, awareness, and also empowerment as you move into your career change. So the first bucket would really be about learning to see what maybe you missed before and to acknowledge and embrace what works for you as far as relationships, how important they are to you, and also learning maybe some practical strategies to discern who to say yes to and work with and who to stay away from because it's not your type of environment. The second bucket is repurposers who are very talented, ambitious, driven, hard workers, and they're starting to suspect that maybe there's something about how they show up in their drive, in their ambition, in their, smarts, all these kind of things that might be causing some problems when it comes to human relations. Okay, so now if you're hearing this, it happens. It's happened to me. Sometimes when we are very driven, we don't realize the power we have, and we can, show up with some, let's say, less than ideal behaviors. Okay? It's okay. You can learn to tune in. You will need some courage, but you can, start seeing what you're doing, what's happening, and gently find your own way of being authentic and keeping your strength and keeping your drive, but actually opening up space for satisfying relationships with others. And I have to tell you, it takes courage, but once you understand that, if you thought you had a good career before, now you're really gonna have a good career, okay? Because you're gonna learn how to get out of your own way, and you're gonna discover something much, much more beautiful and effective that is so close to your reach right now, okay? It's really, yeah, I love doing this work and I love seeing this transformation. The third way I work with clients with repurposers and relationships is around business relationships. So all businesses are about relationships, but of course, if you're in the service business, relationships are absolutely key. Okay, and not only there's the relationship you have with yourself as a business owner, and I have other videos you can look through my YouTube channel, and you'll find some other videos about being, what it takes to be a business owner as far as discipline and relationship to yourself. But a lot of it is also relationship to other people, a lot of it. So you need to learn how to set boundaries, how to communicate, how to deal with customers and contractors and, maybe collaboration. So it's a really beautiful exploration. You can dive in. And I think if you understand what works for you, what works for your business, and you find your own way of being in these relationships, wow. I mean, you can really build a fantastic business that works for you on multiple levels, which is, probably why you work for yourself. So I think repurposers really care about relationships and are also open to learn more and to do the courageous, not just the easy work, but the courageous work to shift certain dynamics or to invite or create healthy dynamics. What else about repurposers? Well, this is something that I think is really, really important to me. My work is really about interconnection. So whatever you do is not just for you, we're all interconnected, right? Sometimes the higher purpose, our values, a cause, something we're really passionate about is directly related to the business. Like, for example, if you lead a nonprofit, right? That's a very purposeful, mission-driven, clear direction, clear link between a higher purpose and your work. Sometimes repurposers might bring the knowledge, the funds, their drive that they have from their main business and also help a nonprofit or have some purpose that is not directly related to the business but shows up in their lives, and creating a business that works helps them be part of what makes their entire life work so they can keep devoting themselves to their purpose. Sometimes the purpose or the interconnection shows up simply because repurposers understand intuitively, intellectually. They know that if they're running an honest, good business that does some good, that delivers, when I say good, I mean like delivers what it promises, creates something that helps others, any solution. I'm really not talking about anything here that's, particularly difficult or enlightened or anything, but think about, how great it is to walk out the door and know you can get a good cup of coffee somewhere. When we run good businesses, when we get to be ourselves, when we get to have a good work environment, even if it's just for yourself, and you get home or you get out of your home office at the end of the day and you have a smile on your face or you feel good, that has a ripple effect on everybody, on your family, on your friends, on your community. So I think repurposers intuitively and sometimes also, very consciously understand that we're all interconnected. And so whatever they do is part of the community or is part of the world or is part of a purpose. That's why it's called Repurpose Your Purpose, of course. So I'm curious, do you recognize yourself in this? Do you see yourself as somebody who is really looking for a career or a business that works on multiple levels, that is not just about making money, it's not about drudgery, or it's not about some, gigantic, I have to be better than everybody else, but you really know that creating a career and a business that works for you can be a holistic endeavor. Are you interested in deep inner work and also in practical strategies so that you can be effective? Are you open to learning about relationships and to create a relational business or to have relationships at work or in your business that are healthy, that work for you, that make you, nothing is perfect. Relationships are not perfect, but they're really good. You feel good about them. And then do you have a sense of interconnection? Do you have a sense that we're all connected and what we do is not just about us, but even us sharing something that we created in a good mood makes a difference to those around us. If this resonates, check out my website, repurposeyourpurpose.com. Check out the podcast. You find a ton of things that you can interact with, watch, listen to, and consider joining my first group program for business owners. It starts on April 23rd. It's a 6-week, let's get together and let's get things done program. And of course, you can always reach out to me for coaching. You find me at repurposeyourpurpose.com.